You're listening to the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
It's that time again. Friday night here on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. It is now time for the SmackDown RunDown. And we are not going to walk out of the Angry Marks Podcast Network because we are here every single week to bring you quality shows no matter what. And I am here with my co-host once again, King J.
Yes. The King has arrived.
So WWE Night of Hell in a Cell was this past Sunday, 2 weeks after the Night of Champions pay-per-view, and it just feels like pay-per-views are just springing up every 2 weeks because 2 weeks from this weekend is Vengeance.
This is too much 2 week, all jumbled together crap.
It's getting out of hand. I'm losing track of what's going on.
Yeah, and I'm kayfabing Raw from this point forward because I'm tired of dealing with that.
So you're walking out as a viewer?
Pretty much. I mean, I'll probably still be in the chat, but as far as actually watching Raw, not going to happen.
Wow, WWE has succeeded. They've now made superstars walk out, referees walk out, commentators walk out, cameramen walk out, and now the audience is walking out. Congratulations, WWE.
I've had too much stuff going on with school to mess with WWE at this point.
Well, if you're walking out of watching Raw, then hope you don't walk out watching SmackDown, because otherwise it's going to be hard to do the show by myself.
No. I'm going to say Royal SmackDown. Raw, we ain't going to mix.
Well, why don't we start this episode from Night of... Why am I saying Night of Champions? Hell in a Cell. We had a couple of matches on there, and it actually leads into this week. First, let's talk about Sin Cara versus Sin Cara. Or if you want to get technical, blue versus black.
That was actually a good match. I like how they changed the pace in between each person when they were in control, and the flow got slowed down a little bit more when Negro took over versus when Sin Mystico, Azul, whatever you want to call him, was in control, got fast pace and picked up.
You know, I like how the announcers finally gave up calling them Sin Cara 1 and Sin Cara 2. They just finally called them Sin Cara Azul for blue and Sin Cara Negro for black.
Pretty much.
So that finally got to distinguish who is who. And the article that came out on WWE.com earlier this week actually makes me more interested in this feud because they're bringing back the fact that Sin Cara Azul took over the name Mystico from Black Sin Cara, who is the original Mystico, and is now the second Sin Cara. You know, if you look into the backstory, it's actually quite interesting, and it makes me more interested in this feud.
Yeah, I think that makes it definitely interesting because you have him. He started the Mystico thing, then someone else took over when he left, and now that same person is Sin Cara and how he's taking over his territory.
Right. So I don't mind them putting this over. The match itself at the pay-per-view, it was slower than expected from these two Mexican luchadors, but it did suck. Sin Cara Azul got the win, and from that, we're supposed to believe that he gets to be rightfully called Sin Cara. But that didn't end because on SmackDown tonight, it was the match we never got on the live SmackDown: Del Rio versus Sin Cara. And
Mm-hmm.
after that match was over, Sin Cara Negro came out and attacked Sin Cara Azul, the original Sin Cara. And hey, I was impressed. He gave him a good beatdown. He gave him a hammerlock suplex, which you never see, and he finished him with the senton swanton bomb. So apparently this feud is not over, and I hope they have a better match than at Hell in a Cell, if they have another.
I think this feud could get a lot more interesting, but at the same time, how can you really pick who was the original Sin Cara, so to speak? I mean, I know that they had the article and everything, but how is the fans really want to know that's the real Sin Cara? Because if he all of a sudden switches up his outfit, we're like, wait, well, which one is the real Sin Cara?
Yeah, I like how they did change the colors so that we can distinct which one we're supposed to cheer in for, but the names have to be different. That's the only thing that needs to change. One of them needs to be called Sin Cara. The other one, call him Mystico. I don't care. But they were both Mystico. They're now both Sin Cara. One can be the other. Hunico can be the now Mystico.
Yeah, they need to figure something out because I'm here to tell you the Negro versus Azul is going to probably get on my nerves because that's all you're going to hear Booker T say.
We're gonna hear two Batistas. One Batista and one imposter Batista called Mason Ryan.
Who?
Exactly. Moving on. Another SmackDown match that happened at the pay-per-view was Christian versus Sheamus. And this was a good opener for the pay-per-view. I liked the way these two had their match. You had spears. You had Sheamus doing a shoulder tackle from the top rope. And he finished him off with a brogue kick. It was a really good match.
Normally, Christian is the more agile and kind of dodgy competitor, but I like how they got down. And it was a knockdown, drag out brawl.
Right. Yeah, Christian going to the top for a missile drop kick. Sheamus going to the top for a flying shoulder tackle. This is one of the matches on pay-per-view that you should watch.
Definitely.
Looking along the card, nothing else really pointed out that no other podcast has pointed out during the week. So I just want to bring up the Mark Henry and Randy Orton match. And I'm glad that Mark Henry won. We had discussed last week on the SmackDown RunDown. I had asked you the question of who deserves or who would be most likely to lose the title in the 2-week span between pay-per-views. And we both had chosen Mark Henry should retain and John Cena would lose the title. And thankfully, that actually happened. Mark Henry has retained the World Heavyweight Championship, and it didn't go right back to Randy Orton.
I'm happy about that because I'm tired of Super Orton championship runs. He's one of those people who doesn't need a championship to validate his career at this point in the game. Mark Henry needed something because if he got this big push and then they just pulled the carpet from under him, then it'd be like, why do I care about Mark Henry? Even though me and Sierra have been co-signing him since day one, just saying.
Yeah, you guys definitely speared that campaign from Mark Henry to go all gangster,
Yes, we did.
making sure someone's getting their ass kicked and getting their wig split.
Oh, definitely. He went a little crazy for a little bit, and we had to um stop payment on a couple checks. Then he got himself together, and the payments continued.
Well, yeah, definitely got crazy. And after that match, Randy Orton kind of went crazy and beat him up with a chair, and Mark Henry had to scurry away.
Yeah, I don't think that hurt Mark Henry's image, though.
No, I mean, you got somebody with a steel weapon. Why would you want to stick around? I completely understand that.
I like the way that they're actually doing it. Is that's the only way someone can beat him up is if they have a weapon.
Right. And the cell definitely was not enough to beat Mark Henry.
No, it wasn't. And actually, out of all of Randy Orton's Hell in a Cell matches, I like this one the best.
Yeah.
Because the cage was actually used.
You know, I was afraid in this match because they had said on commentary that if Orton had won, then he would be the first person in WWE history to win both WWE and World Heavyweight Championships in the Hell in a Cell match. So I was kind of getting fearful that Mark Henry was not going to retain, but thankfully that wasn't the case.
Oh, yeah. That kind of, like,
Yeah, I was holding my breath at that point. Well, the end of the pay-per-view happened after the match when, well, the way it happened, Alberto Del Rio locked the WWE champion John Cena outside the cell, and I thought that was brilliant. And he won with the was it a steel pipe? He hit CM Punk in the head with it, won the title, and the cage raised up a little bit. John Cena snuck in, but so did R-Truth and The Miz. And it was just chaos and turmoil, catastrophe. That's basically all it was. And this caused,
pretty much.
Yeah, this caused on Raw for everybody to question Triple H and his authority. Basically, they called a vote of confidence or no confidence for Triple H. And that turned out to be no confidence, and that's no good for Triple H. The WWE superstars, cameramen, referees, divas, commentators, all walked on. That led to SmackDown opening tonight with Vicky Guerrero, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, Cody Rhodes, Christian, David Otunga, and Wade Barrett. They all basically took turns on the microphone saying that they spearheaded the walkout, and that's what it will be forever known as to WWE historians as the walkout. And they basically said that it was been coming for weeks. Triple H is incompetent. He's not doing a very good job as COO. And they brought out WWE champion Alberto Del Rio, who claims that within Triple H's Twisted Little Games, he survives Hell in a Cell as the new WWE champion, and that his influence has inspired every member of Raw to walk out. So the reason he was on SmackDown was for competition, as he says. Teddy Long came out and told him that he has a match next with Sin Cara, which is the match we never got a couple weeks ago. And I liked this match. This was a really good match. Something that you need to go back and watch if you want something to look for on SmackDown.
Yeah, I definitely thought this was a good match. I actually wish that that this is just a sample of what could be a bigger feud down the line between the two of them. I know that personally they don't get along, whatever. But if they actually find a way to put a feud together between the two of them that actually makes sense, they have a money feud on their hands, probably.
Yeah, I can see that. My only problem with this match in particular is that it was too short to really enjoy. It was good for what it was, a nice little 4 or 5 minute match. It just didn't last as long as I had hoped to. This was only really a setup for Sin Cara Negro to attack Sin Cara Azul, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, that's all it was. Which, I mean, was good because it continued that angle and it gave Del Rio a win. Speaking of that, I hope that this title reign goes a little bit better than the first one. Not that I really had an issue with the first one.
Well, the last title reign only lasted a month. The next pay-per-view will be 3 weeks later from the previous one. And if he loses it, then it's actually shorter than his first reign. So, at Vengeance, the next WWE pay-per-view, I hope he doesn't lose it, whoever he's facing, because that hasn't established it.
Right. And supposedly they're going with CM Punk, but then also Cena gets his rematch, so who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to tell at this point. But this isn't really about Del Rio and Raw. This is about SmackDown. And the tag team champions there, Boom, were interviewed by Matt Striker. And he wanted to know why they walked out. Basically, Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston said that it was basically a culmination of everything that was going on. They don't blame Triple H exactly, but they say if the WWE remains in a state of chaos, I guess, then they won't be on Raw. They'll just be on SmackDown. And they were on SmackDown tonight to face Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler. But it wasn't really a match per se. It was, I don't know. Well,
it was a mugging.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word. It was a mugging.
All they needed was some shanks, and it would have been Oz all over again.
Exactly. Swagger and Ziggler just completely mugged Del Rio and Evan not Del Rio. Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne on the entrance ramp.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, they beat them down, and they beat them like because they want those tag team titles, so they just beat them down, and then the match eventually started.
Yeah, as Booker T beat them down like they stole something. It's basically how it came across. We went to commercial, came back, and Kofi was in the ring just
having a moment.
Yeah, he was definitely having a moment of his own. And Evan Bourne was still down on the ground because Dolph Ziggler gave him the zigzag on the floor. So it was practically a handicap match until Bourne just jumped on the apron, tagged himself in. But that didn't really do much because he got powerbombed and pinned.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, Booker T was like, Evan needs to go get checked out by the medics and the doctors in the back. But had that been anybody else, Booker would have had an issue with it.
Booker is on a whole nother level tonight.
I don't know what goes through his head before he goes out there for commentary. Because people say he gets fed lines. Stevie Ray said the same crap back in WCW. I think that's just a Huffman trait to say stupid stuff on commentary.
I don't know what goes through Booker's head before he even says something, let alone go on commentary.
He gives me a headache, and he talks way too much.
There's definitely something wrong with Booker.
He needs to take something to relax him, because him on commentary just gives me a headache.
It gets too much at some points.
Because he's talking, then Michael Cole jumps in, they start going back and forth. Then Josh tries to say something, Cole jumps on him, and then it's just like a big cluster of confusion on commentary.
You know, I'll give Josh Matthews some credit because every time the commentary starts to get out of hand between Michael Cole and Booker T, he actually tries to bring the show back. He tries to bring our attention back to the match or whatever matter is at hand. So, credit to Josh Matthews for that.
Yeah, and that's the same role that JR plays on Raw. It's trying to bring the commentary back to what's going on in the ring.
And he's always done that, no matter who he's been on commentary with, because the other person or people will start to get out of hand. They'll start getting, rowdy or too uptight about whatever they're talking about. But then JR would just bring it back to reality, back to what's going on.
Yeah, and I think that's an important thing to have on commentary when you have three people on there with such diverse personalities. Michael Cole is the heel and the instigator. King is the crazy old man who's a pervert. And then JR is the one who is actually calling moves. He's doing all three of their jobs and doing it better than Michael Cole and King do it on their own.
Well, moving along with the rest of SmackDown, Beth Phoenix squashed Alicia Fox in less than a minute.
Alicia got back on TV, albeit she got her face smashed into the mat, got to sport a new weave, and screamed like a child who got their lollipop taken from her.
She just lost her toy. Got taken away from her. She almost got her limbs taken away because Natalya put her in that little reverse bow and arrow submission after the match. So, wow,
oh, yeah.
I love that submission.
Like, I've seen it done so many times before, like in Japan with Kana and other people, but the way Natty pulls it off with like these super limber girls who are very skinny, it looks so much more devastating.
Yeah, it's easier to do it to someone like Alicia Fox because she's so lanky. She has long legs and long arms that, Natalya is kind of short herself. So when you have someone who's, long-limbed, you can actually grab their arms and wrap their legs around and make it look devastating.
Definitely. And Alicia is good at selling, so that only helps a move like that get over as being painful.
Right. And if it was Kelly, it would just be straight screaming. But when it was done to Alicia Fox, Alicia actually had personality. She did scream, but she was also saying, make her stop, and it's like, oh, it hurts, and something that's realistic.
Not that I want it to happen to her, but I can only imagine them doing that to Layla and hearing the things that would come out of her mouth.
Oh, God, no, not Layla. I can't imagine that.
And I love Layla to death, but I seriously think that would be hilarious.
Of course you would, you sick and twisted man.
Hey, we all are, in our own way.
Alright, well, at this point, we're going to take a quick commercial break, get everything all situated, and get Skype reconnected, and we'll be right back.
Are you looking for news on Lindsay Lohan going to jail, Oprah Winfrey's book club, and Britney Spears' latest album to hit the charts? Then take a hike, jabroni! Amped Radio has the latest professional wrestling news, rumors, and the best industry interviews. The Bowling Alley, The Shoot Club, In the Room, and much more. Catch us on the web at www.ampd-radio.com. Internet radio that will blow your freaking mind.
Hey, Mark Springs on here, host of the Amp Raw Reaction on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. Do not adjust your internet. The Amp Raw Reaction is coming back, baby. Tune in every Monday night on the Angry Marks Podcast Network to the Amp Raw Reaction as Killer Kevin and I break down everything you just saw. Basically, folks, we're going to tell you what you ought to think about what you just saw. Again, it's the Amp Raw Reaction on the Angry Marks Podcast Network every Monday night following Monday Night Raw.
Hey everybody, this is Stevie J from the Thursday Night AngryMarks.com Pro Wrestling and Mixed Martial Arts Podcast. You don't want to miss our fabulous show. Peter H., the Hardcore Canadian, and I discuss everything going on in the world of wrestling and MMA every Thursday night on AngryMarks.com. You can check us out there, or you can check us out on iTunes, keyword Angry Marks. That's the Thursday Night AMP from Stevie J and Peter H., the Hardcore Canadian. It's a great show from the AngryMarks.com podcast network.
And we are back with the conclusion of the SmackDown RunDown. And during that commercial break, you heard a commercial for the Raw Reaction here Monday nights on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. And just for a brief moment, I want to bring in our producer, Killer Kev, for his opinion. Kev, since there was a walkout on Raw last Monday, what is Frank Vaughn going to be out of a show next week? I mean, what's going on with that?
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's hard telling what's going to go on with this. I guess the consensus is as long as Triple H stays away from the shows that the workers are going to work, and they showed up for SmackDown, so I imagine they'll probably do the same for Raw, although I thought I saw a tweet or something from Triple H saying that he was still going to be at Raw, so yeah, who knows? We may not have much of a show on Monday.
Well, there was a commercial that aired during SmackDown saying that Triple H is still in charge and that John Cena, CM Punk, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and The Big Show are going to headline the show. So, yeah, as you say, it may be a short show next week. It's revolving around those 5 or 6 guys.
Who knows what they're going to do on Raw?
Yeah, well, we never know because all the Raw superstars have now shown up on SmackDown, and they want to take over. They want to be on SmackDown for the competition because they don't trust Triple H's direction on Raw.
Well, at least we know there's one person that's still going to be there.
And who would that be?
Woo, woo, woo. Spike your hair, buddy.
That's true. As we saw in the on WWE.com or YouTube, wherever you might have seen it, Zack Ryder actually came out after Raw to tell Triple H that he's still on his side, although he got a pedigree for it. So I don't know what that's going to end up for him.
Watch they end up bringing all the people who you don't see on TV anymore randomly pop up on Raw.
Well, speaking of Zack Ryder, I kind of gleamed over this at the start. He was actually in Teddy Long's office at the start of the show, and Teddy Long had gotten off the phone with Triple H, and Zack Ryder was saying, "Oh, is that Triple H? Is he mad at me because I walked out? Is he going to hire Scabs? Is he going to step down? What's going to happen?" So, he got himself seen on SmackDown.
And
Scabs? Who is Scabs? Is he like the third member of the Nasty Boys?
Oh, God, I hope not.
And
Wow,
Sierra
that joke
actually
didn't
had
even
a
get a
name.
reaction. That sucked.
Oh,
Sierra actually has a name for Teddy Long's suit that he wore tonight. She calls it the Go to Hell suit.
it did look a little Satan red.
Who told him it was okay to go shop at the Steve Harvey's collection?
Oh my god, that suit was just awful. Awful. Wow.
He obviously
like-
hit the estate sale.
Or Sierra calls it the Hellfire and Brimstone suit.
Or maybe you received it as an inheritance.
Maybe that's his reward for keeping the Rodney Mack music.
He needs a new theme. Because every time I hear it, I think of Rodney Mack, and that's never a good thing.
No. Well, let's move on to back to SmackDown. The Big Show returned, and he was all emotional.
Him, I get why he was emotional, because it broke him down. Boo-hoo-hoo. Move the hell on. He broke your ankle, whatever. You were gone for 4 months. That means you got to stay home for 4 months. Now you're back. Do your Jolly Green Giant thing that you normally do, and move the hell on with your life.
You know, I thought he was crying because he just got his royalty check from Knucklehead. And we'll be back, and Nick will be back here in just a second. I think his internet connection got right-legged again.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, damn.
There he is.
Nick's back.
All right, well, let me try this again. Big Show is back. He says he wants Mark Henry's World Heavyweight Championship. He wants to hurt him like Mark Henry had put him out of action for the past 4 months.
Yeah. All in all, I think the promo went over well, besides me being bored with the whole, I'm going to cry, feel sorry for me. You're 7 feet tall. Get it together. And then...
Well, you know he's the sensitive giant.
Right.
True. But at the same time, you're 7 feet tall. How many people are going to feel sorry for you?
So do you feel he was playing the sympathy card?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, keep in mind, this is the same, this is the same soft-hearted giant that chokeslammed John Cena through a 7,000-watt stage light.
This is the same giant who's BFF with Kelly Kelly.
This is true.
Touche.
And the same giant who punched both of his former tag team partners in the face after they belittled him one too many times.
Well, come on. They deserved it, though.
True.
We can make all the arguments we want, whether it's soft Big Show, angry Big Show, sensitive Big Show.
I like angry Big Show.
I like this role he has, where he's a good guy, but yet he can get really pissed off if he wants and destroy shit. And that's what he did at the end of the night, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Basically, Mark Henry had come out after Big Show challenged him and told him, "What have you done? I put out Kane. I ended Vladimir Kozlov's career. I put Jerry Lawler through that table. The Hall of Pain is getting crowded. Who have you beat? What have you done? You've been sitting at home on vacation that I afforded you. I'll let you know if you ever get a shot at this title. And you're going to know on Mark Henry time. You're going to know in the World Heavyweight Champion time." I was expecting Mark Henry to say, "You're going to know on CP time."
Oh my god, I would have marked out for that. CPT. Yeah,
I was waiting for that.
Well, that's pretty much what he told him. He said, "I'm going to let you know when you get what you get, I let you have a vacation. Now that you back, you're on notice. What I tell you get is what you get. You don't get nothing more, you don't get nothing less.
Yeah, he's basically telling Big Show, if I fight you, I'll let you know if I want to fight you. But I'll let you know, I'll keep you in suspense. And I'm not going to tell you right now.
Right. And then another thing people are probably going to talk about, oh, Mark Henry's being a chicken shit heel, blah, blah, blah. No. He beat the dude down multiple times. Why does he have to face him off again? That's pretty much what Mark Henry's saying.
Right. He just didn't want to fight Big Show, and that's just what we're getting. It was just to build suspense for us, the fans, because we all know that eventually that match is going to happen. But Mark Henry, I'll always give him credit. He pulled it off, that promo off really well. So, credit to him. He's still the World Heavyweight Champion. Basically, Big Show, I'll let you know at this certain time, whatever time it is, but it'll be CP time.
Mm-hmm. And you better not ask again, or there will be issues.
Oh my goodness. Jinder Mahal.
Nick, do we really have to go over this part?
I just want to throw this out there. If you show up on Raw, you try to cut a promo, and Santino Marella returns and beats you in 2 minutes, just for you to go to SmackDown and try to do the same thing to Ezekiel Jackson, just quit.
Yeah, I'm glad that Santino's back and everything, but if you get beat, I don't even think that was 2 minutes. I think that was like less than 90 seconds, to be honest.
You know what? You're right. It was really less than 90 seconds. If
you get beat that quick by being pecked in your face, you just need to pack it up and hit the door.
Exactly. And that's all that really needs to be said.
But real quick, Ezekiel Jackson, go find a new hobby that does not involve you being on my television. Because I swear, if I see his, I'm going to smile right now, then I'm going to get angry, then I'm going to body slam a couple people, and I'm going to put you in a torture rack. I'm going to throw a brick at my TV. Because I don't want to see your matted up meatball head anymore.
Hot dog neck?
With your Superman draws on.
Uh-oh. Sounds like we got a run-in.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sierra.
I was wondering why the hell that was playing.
Wait. I think we're all expecting you to talk some bullshit on Jinder Mahal here.
Actually, I have to kill two birds with one stone. What is the point of putting Jinder Mahal on TV?
For us to not forget that he exists?
I've been trying to figure that out for 6 months.
Okay, first of all, let me catch people up to speed that are, lost in the shuffle. Okay, they bring this ugly-looking guy in, team him up with Great Khali. Great Khali leaves Rajan Singh. They build this storyline that Jinder Mahal is married to Khali's sister, and he beats the hell out of her, and he has a lot of money, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Mind you, this goes nowhere. I mean, this goes nowhere like Nowheresville. So, eventually, Khali turns on this guy, which is the waste of fucking time because no one cared. Khali said peace to WWE this past week. So now, we are stuck with this guy who, I'm not impressed by his ring work. He annoys me on the mic, and he is god-awful to look at. They have him on NXT. doing nothing. Then they had him on Raw. Santino Marella basically bitched him out. Then they continued to put him on SmackDown. Why are you trying to make me care about this guy when you actually killed him off months ago? And then they have him out there talking in his native tongue. No one knows what the hell you're saying, so just stop it. Just stop. Then to make matters worse, they bring somebody else that I could care less about. Ahmed Johnson. I'm sorry, Ezekiel Jackson. They bring him out there, and the first thing he does is go, shh. What? Why is this big-ass dude telling somebody to shh all gay?
Did he just steal Big Show's gimmick?
Only time I see big dudes doing that is when they're gay. So I don't know. Y'all figure it out and let me know. So he tells him to shush. Body slam, body slam, body slam, body slam, body slam, body slam, body slam. Is that the only goddamn move he can do?
Had to give the clothesline a night off.
I'm just really puzzled that WWE signs this guy, and I think he was down in FCW. And the only two moves he learned was body slam and a torture rack.
Oh, Sierra, I love you so much.
And then to make matters worse with Ezekiel Jackson. This guy was Intercontinental Champion. They took the belt off of him, put him with Cody. He doesn't even get his rematch. This fucker goes missing for months. And then he pops up smiling, body slam, body slam, body slam, body slam. I guess body slams and WWE 12 is his comeback moment. I don't know anymore. I'm sick of this. I'm over this. And that's why I am retiring from WWE. I'm done.
Can we team him with Mason Ryan? They can just call themselves like the Friday Night Slam Masters.
And speaking of that fool, unknown to me, he is a face. When you look at him, when you look at Mason Ryan, do you see a face?
Yeah,
No.
Batista's.
Zing!
Yes, he is Batista's illegitimate child. Hey, at least this kid of Batista's is not doing porn like his daughters.
Oh.
Shade, but no shade, but shade. Yes, I did. And speaking of her, she's still putting out videos. And I'm like, child, please go away.
She wasn't cute from jump.
It's not the thing of her being cute. It's just like, sweetie, your dad was a horrible wrestler. Who wants to see you bang a dude? Get a clue, go to school, get educated, get a job, and grow up.
Well,
this little trend is stupid.
Let's be real honest, though. She ain't that cute, and she needs a lot more practice.
Look at Batista.
So she need more practice.
Put a bag over her head.
She has no skills. If there's an FCW of the porn world, she needs to go sign up and take classes.
Where's Cody Rhodes when you need him? He's got all these paper bags for her.
No, she's one of them chicks you just gotta turn the lights off on. Like, leave that light off. Please.
Or cover her head with the flag and screw her for glory.
She look better with the lights off?
Yes. That is such an insulting song.
It really is. But it fits here.
It does.
But
where is WWE finding these hot mess people that they decide to put on TV?
Don't even get me going.
But real quick, I want to bring up the fact that Rosa Mendez got closeted on WWE.com today. They posted a video.
They had
where she's in the middle of a
video.
She's posing for a photo shoot. Vicky Guerrero walks in and says, "Excuse me," looks at Dolphin Jack. They grab Rosa. Rosa botches getting picked up. and they sit her in a closet, shut and lock the door,
And
and take over her photo shoot.
And to make matters worse, first of all, you know, Jeff, I know this is your woman and everything, but
No, that's
this
X. She a stalker.
okay, well, whatever the heck she is, she has not had a match since what, June? Little did I know that she was still employed. Why does she have a new photo shoot and bitch ain't in the ring? I'm
She has
sorry.
a photo shoot every week.
That
She
is
doesn't
so
need to be in the
stupid.
ring. If she's
That is
having a photo shoot,
Yes.
a photo shoot, then why does she need to be in the ring?
But if she's having a photo shoot, shouldn't I see her on TV? I mean, come on.
I mean,
Come on. You don't see Tyler X on TV. You see him on WWE.com. If you're watching NXT.
Oh God.
I'm
Where
not
in
trying to see gremlins on a plane.
Where in the woodwinks did they find Tyler Rex? Where did they find this guy?
Well, summer is officially over. I'm assuming he's no longer hanging out at the surf shop.
No more Hank then.
I'm just confused. I thought this guy was gone a long time ago because there was a thing called ECW. They brought him on, made him this big deal. And then he didn't like flying on planes. He had a moment on a plane, so they took him off TV for months.
Well, there's your answer. There's your answer.
There's the answer. He can't fly, so he's got to surf everywhere.
Then he pops up on SmackDown for Survivor Series, and all of a sudden he's heel. And then I don't
intimidating.
See him. Yeah, and now I don't see him again for months, and I'm supposed to care.
Well, you just basically explained it to yourself. The reason why you haven't seen him on TV between months is because whatever city they're in, you see him on TV, and then they have to fly to the next destination, but they leave Tyler X behind.
Okay,
so
but
months later, when they go back, that's when you see him again.
Okay, see, now, I'm going to have to get on WWE about this bullshit. Okay, if I was running WWE, and some fool tells me he cannot make the show because he does not like flying on planes, first of all, you knew you did not like planes when you signed that contract. Second, you can be gone. Pink slip, get the hell out of here. Why waste my time and why waste money on this guy that we only see twice a year when you can employ another guy that will fly on the fucking plane, dodge a bullet to get to the damn show?
Marketability.
What can you market on him?
He has dreads, and he looks like he belongs in the 1800s, in some cave stalking little stupid kids.
Jeff, now you're being nice. Be realistic. When you look at Tyler Rex, what do you see? Meth addict. Because that's what they look like. Dreads and all that shit in his hair, that's what they look like. I'm sorry.
He looks like a meth head. I'm a fan of Kurt Hawkins, but he looks like a drunk.
And why? Can't Kurt Hawkins just get a break and not have to be everybody's tag team partner?
Oh, okay.
He's the whore of the month.
Hold on. Let's just get the rest of SmackDown done with, because there's only a few things I want to talk about. They had a tag team main event of Christian and Cody Rhodes versus Sheamus and Randy Orton. Sheamus and Orton won. And it was just a standard tag match. Nothing really too spectacular. After that, Mark Henry came out and basically told Big Show, no. He did not want to face Big Show, give him a title match. So Big Show just went ballistic, beat up a whole bunch of security, speared Mark Henry, chokeslammed some more security, and then Mark Henry decided he wants to walk away. Big Show goes after him, chokeslams Mark Henry through the announce table. And before he goes to break his ankle, Teddy Long out and grants Big Show his wish. He is now the next contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, as we all expected. So that was SmackDown. Now, to go back to what we were just talking about, I actually do want to briefly touch on this. NXT is where Kurt Hawkins and Tyler X are now showing up. And this is now...
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that NXT is now proving to be the haven for tag teams? You had JTG and Darren Young. Well, not for very long, because Darren Young is now suspended.
Oh,
just some no days off.
Oh, I'm going to go in on him. Don't worry, we're going to touch him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Usos are now showing up on NXT. Kurt Hawkins and Tyler X are now on NXT. Why is NXT now showing a tag team division initiative? I mean, you even have Percy Watson and Titus O'Neil.
You know what I was telling Jeff a few weeks ago? Because I started watching NXT because I didn't know what the hell was going on. Okay, we all know it's supposed to be this competition and whatever, and you win the contract and whatever. I think after the last 2 seasons, and they were just like, let's change it. They were still doing the competition mode this season, but then they started putting more of the lower mid-card guys on there. And it's kind of like WWE's FCW on WWE.com. It's more so like they're building guys up on NXT, trying to get them over with the crowd. And even if it's tag teams, just, finding their personalities more so. Because I'm sorry, the personality that Mr. Days Off, Darren Young shows now, we didn't see it before.
No, definitely not.
And it's working a lot. And it's just like, I kind of like the concept that they're actually, growing them on NXT, and then eventually they ship them off to SmackDown or Superstars or whatever. It's good, but I'm going to need them to move some of the guys onto the main roster soon. Just get this.
But see, the thing is with Percy Watson, over the past few months, he's been having off and on matches on Superstars.
And speaking of Percy Watson, I watched a match of his last week against, who was it, Tyson Kidd?
Yeah.
Okay, he annoyed me before, but I'm really not for, I'm going to talk trash and scream and jump up and down in the ring, Percy Watson. I am not for that.
Oh, yeah.
He don't even do that now.
Right now, he's just like the token black guy.
Yes, he's like their Virgil, just without the striped pants.
I do like that he's more serious now.
See, I don't mind him being serious, but let him show a little bit of personality.
And the bad thing is, when he had the glasses and he was all geeky, like, he had more personality. Now it's kind of like, they're like, lose the glasses, lose this, lose that. And it's just like normal black jobber. Virgil.
Well, I was going to say, now that he doesn't have those geeky glasses, I can take him seriously. He looks more like a competitor. He didn't look so goofy right now. But I will say, after watching, I have seen a couple past episodes of NXT, and it just looks like a regular show. It does not feel like a quote-unquote competition, because when I've watched it, I have not seen any competition-like activities. It just looks like another regular WWE show.
And I like it.
See, I like the way it's going.
Me too. I like Darren Young finally has personality. Titus O'Neil, if he does away with the stupid barking,
can he just go away?
I can maybe like him, but Derek Bateman has a huge ton of personality.
See, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but his personality is showing through, and I could see them possibly doing something with him, possibly doing something with Maxine, because she's kind of improved in the ring, and her little thing that she has going with AJ is pretty cool too.
Speaking of Maxine, okay, this is sad. Maxine used to be, God, dreadful, awful in the ring. Worse than Rosa Mendez. The past
I
couple
don't
weeks,
think
I've
God
seen her match.
awful
Yes,
describes what that was.
yes. I mean, she was terrible. I've seen her matches from the past couple weeks against AJ, and she has improved by leaps and bounds. And I'm like, okay, Maxine's been in FCW for what, 2 years? Rosa Mendez, you've been around for what, 6? What is wrong? It makes no sense to me. Why is she still on the roster?
I don't know.
I'm just really confused on her part of why you're here. You know, like, why? ¿Por qué? Why are you here?
Couldn't tell you.
But I actually like NXT. I like how it's more so they'll come out there and they'll be like, you and me, match. They go have this 10, 15-minute long match. It ain't all that every 5 minutes of promo, this person's interrupting this person. It's strictly wrestling.
I have
And not
one
to
issue.
Go ahead.
Yoshi Tatsu. You're supposed to be Mr. Serious now. Get a new theme.
Yes.
Because that Yoshi, Mario, whatever the hell you want to call it, theme
Oh,
ain't
God.
working for me. It wasn't working for me when you debuted. It damn sure ain't working now.
Jeff, what do you expect from the guy that was stalking Hamada?
True.
And not to mention, watching NXT, you get to hear William Regal on commentary.
Oh, my God. I enjoy him so much.
I just want him to do run-ins and, like, punch people in the face with brass knuckles.
I enjoy him a lot in commentary. I just don't know why they won't let him be on SmackDown instead of Booker T. Because, my God.
One other thing I want to mention about NXT before we close up. Daniel Bryan got a win. He has to go to NXT, go back to his roots, face his old NXT Season 1 competitor, Heath Slater, just to get a victory. Maybe now he can start a winning streak. Maybe.
Look, don't be talking about my fiance like that, okay?
I'm just worried about him.
Why are you worried? You're not getting married to him. He
Well,
didn't
he's
tell
on a
you.
losing streak.
He didn't tell you to be on budget for the wedding, okay?
Well, the reason why I'm worried is because he's Mr. Money in the Bank. He's supposed to make us believe that he's going to WrestleMania with a losing streak.
Yeah, see, he's Mr. Money in the Bank, but apparently he has no money in the bank because I'm on budget for the wedding.
Sounds like a
And
person.
where's Justin at?
Cooking.
Sierra, you got to get these guys on TV. They're not going to
Look,
give you money.
You don't get no money in your house.
Right?
I do not tell them to stay here. I tell them to leave, okay?
That's why your wedding is on a budget, because they're not winning and they're not on TV.
I told them to leave. I don't know why they're here, okay? I mean, Alberto Del Rios keeps sitting outside my house, peering through the windows. Like, what?
And he's the one making money, because he's the WWE champion.
Well, he cheated. That's why we're not together. On
He wants her
TV.
to go to Mexico with him.
Yes. So I don't know if he's trying to kill me or what. I'm not going
All right. I think at this point we should just close out the show because we're going on for quite a while. I want to thank Sierra. You brightened up my night.
Oh, God.
I just want to say that was an epic rant on Jinder Mahal that I never would have expected.
God, I just can't take it anymore. I just really... I try to be nice to people, and they piss me off. And one last thing, I don't know if you guys heard this about WWE.com. During this week, somehow, nude pictures of Tiffany and China with her vajayjay out. were on the website.
People are sneaking them in.
What website?
WWE.com.
It's gone.
It's
Already-
gone now because Stephanie had a moment on the website.
Wait a minute. There were nude photos of China on the website?
And Tiffany.
Really?
Yes.
Did they get hacked?
I don't know.
It was the WWE live events website, and I guess fans can post stuff on there or whatever, and they were posting those pictures. Stephanie got wind of it, had the website shut down, called everybody into a meeting. Everyone's blaming everyone.
Wow.
Yeah. And then get this one. It says, more tawdry images were uploaded, including a graphic still of China's genitalia from her 2004 adult film, One Night in China. The photo depicting TNA wrestling broadcasters Mike Tenay and Taz looking on with approval, and a photo of The Miz with lettering saying, I tapped that.
Okay, that's funny.
I was just like, so you guys let Joey Styles not do the website anymore, and this is what happens?
See, when Joey Styles ran stuff, these issues didn't happen. And the website didn't look a hot mess.
It is so fucking unorganized.
Maybe the WWE.com designers had walked out.
I wish they
Did
would.
something.
I wish they would.
Because I was looking for something. Because I have a friend who likes wrestling stuff. And I was going to get her something for her birthday. And it took me 15 minutes to find the right thing in the shop option.
I mean, their site is so slow. It's like, damn. Were y'all back in like 1952?
We got a lot of visitors to WWE.com.
Please. Who still goes there in 2011?
Kids.
Who is letting their child go in there?
Couldn't tell you. And at that note, I think it's time we start closing out the show.
Yeah.
I want to thank Sierra for their surprise run-in. It is very much appreciated. Thank you very much, Sierra. You have any words?
I hate THQ for fucking up Laycool's entrance.
I co-sign that.
So fucking robotic.
Yeah. King J, last words for the night.
Thanks for having me on. And thanks for Sierra coming on the show and lighting it up like she always does.